Hi everyone, I'm Joanna Richards and I'm here with Mr. Warren Cassell. Warren, can you please introduce yourself to us and tell us what your profession is?
I am Warren Cassell. I'm an entertainment attorney and I also am an entrepreneur.
Okay. You're said to be one of the leading entertainment and intellectual property lawyers in the Caribbean. Can you tell us what is the most rewarding part of this experience for you?
Well, for me, the most rewarding part would be to actually practice entertainment law, because when I first said I wanted to do entertainment law, everybody said to me, "Oh, you're going to work for Arrow." This was back in the 90s. They felt that it was not something that was really explored, or perhaps we didn't have enough work on Montserrat. But I, being somebody who think outside of the box, I said to them the world was shrinking at the time, internet was on the rise. So now I do work not only for those on Montserrat, but those in Antigua and Barbados and other places as well.
Okay. You've also been able to represent some leading high-profile companies. Can you explain this and tell us some more about this?
Well, some of them, the first one I probably did was the Fremantle Media, who owns the Idol brand. There was a company in Antigua wanted to set up a show called Antiguan Idol, with the same American Idol format, judges commenting on the performance of the contestants, and that was a trademark violation, so they contacted me to give them an opinion, and I did some work on that. That shows really that we lack education in the Eastern Caribbean in terms of intellectual property rights. It's the nature of the right is so easy to violate that it costs a lot of education in it. So
okay. You've also been able to have a successful TV entertainment show. Can you tell us a bit more about this show?
Well, the show we're trying to do, Beresford Mac and myself, Beresford Mac is my business partner. Beresford Mac, we decided that we need to create some indigenous programs in the Caribbean and also in Montserrat. So we didn't want to really reinvent the wheel. We wanted to take a successful show like the Oprah Winfrey Show and put it within a West Indian context. So as to showcase West Indian entertainers, manufacturers, authors, and those within the creative industry. The first season was pretty good because we got 26 seasons out of it. A lot of advertisers didn't want to come on unless they saw the success of the show. Up to just last month, we got a letter from the Bahamas in where they said the show was very successful. People are asking now for the second season. So we are preparing for the second season. We're thinking about doing a radio version as well that's syndicated throughout about 12 countries in the Caribbean.
Okay, that's fantastic. 2010 for you seems set to be a very busy and prosperous year. Can you tell us some of the projects that you do have coming up for you?
There's several. We have a documentary about Montserrat that we're going to put in for the run for the Academy Awards in the States. Right? It's going to be about the volcano. I have a book that I've just completed. Was working 2 years on it, about an A-lister in the States, which because of the confidentiality agreement, I'm not going to say what it is now, but the book comes out in March, and the publishers are saying that he has New York Times bestseller written all over it, so we're looking forward to that. We have also a television reality show that's going to be filmed on Montserrat, and it's going to really put Montserrat on the map, because it's going to be an hour show on US network television every day for several weeks. So at least Montserrat will get a lot of mileage out of that. And the other things, we also have another reality show that we're trying to get developed right now. The reality show is going to be filmed here. We're teaming up with Lazarus Films in the United States to produce that. Sorry, the documentary. We're teaming up with Lazarus Films for the documentary, and then there's another company in Hollywood that we're teaming up for the other television show.
Okay. You also own Immaculate Productions. Can you explain to us what exactly Immaculate Productions is?
Well, it's a company. It's the vehicle we use for a lot of our entertainment efforts. It's the company that produces the Warren Cassell show. It's the company that is behind the documentary and the other reality show as well. I like thinking out of the box, and because of the economy, we have to look beyond Montserrat to generate income for those in Montserrat. So whereas traditionally you want to set up a restaurant here and everything, and now with tourism dwindling and everything, you have to think out of the box and use IP. I'm a believer that intellectual property is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and we have a lot of creative people on Montserrat. But we need to go beyond just doing a product for Montserrat and doing it for the entire region and for the world, which could generate income as well.
Okay. With all your experience, how do you think you could be beneficial in the development of Montserrat?
Well, one, by keeping Montserrat at the forefront of people's minds that we are in fact rebuilding, that we are still vibrant, we are not under ash as when you're in the States, sometimes you get the impression that Montserrat is under ash, right? So we want to show, like, that's why I said the show is so important, in that there's some people say, wow, Montserrat is normal, you know, when it's for a television show and you had a show that was every week, and we're trying to bring that, because a lot of times when you hear about Montserrat, you get the impression people are walking around, wandering around, probably with ash masks and dust masks on, and that's not quite the case. So I believe, and that could really help Montserrat as well to inspire other young people that listen. Even though you're from a small island, you can make waves throughout the region and throughout the world. And there are lots of people who have left Montserrat because of the volcano. They have now obtained degrees and experience, and it's a way to tell them, listen, you can come back, because eventually, when we do the reality show here, for example, it would be good to have somebody in makeup, you know, who is from Montserrat, somebody who is in television production, and you know, just the other aspects of the arts that can contribute as well, and to just go forward.
Okay. On behalf of myself and 64, we want to thank you for your time, but before you go, is there any final thoughts or words of wisdom that you would like to add?
Well, I would like to encourage the young people, a lot of them, especially those who are outside Montserrat, you know, find a niche and see how you can actually promote that and promote yourself, and come back to Montserrat and contribute. You don't necessarily have to be here physically, as with yourself, with the website. You could be anywhere because it's ubiquitous in nature. And you can build Montserrat and form the link, and I think you're doing an excellent job, because this would showcase where I want the world, because I've looked at Gary's interview and you can see what people are doing and how they are incorporating this whole idea of coming back or actually contributing without even returning to Montserrat. So I wish you all the best for that.
Thank you very much.